Okay, drone video of a truly gorgeous tract about a mile from the White River near Batesville, Arkansas. This is about a 10-acre property. It's essentially square, about 660 by 660 feet. And we are parked near the northwest side of the property, and I believe we're facing east. We'll see in a second if we see a really pretty meadow off to the east. The property itself is all wooded, and there, off in the distance to the east, is just what we think is a really gorgeous meadow or pasture. Property is the highest at the northwest side, and it has three beautiful wide ridges that go through it. Two of them have the easement road accessing them, and then the ridge in the middle could potentially be a spot for a super private building site or campsite. There's the White River. So we're looking northerly. That bluff you see actually has a name. Can't recall that right now. You can see some houses down to the right on the east side of the river, but that's about a mile off to the north. And then panning westerly, again the White River, and then the beautiful bottomland on the other side. And then looking southerly, the White River goes south and then cuts easterly into Batesville. Batesville is about 8 or 9 miles to the south. And this is just pure Ozarks. You've got hills and hollers and everything in between. It's beautiful. The property itself, like we said earlier, is basically all wooded. Mostly hardwood timber from what we could see. So red oak, white oak. The guys have seen hickory trees. They've seen black walnut trees. They've seen chestnut trees. Even a few fruit trees out here, a few apple trees. I'm not sure if they're on this property or if they're just kind of scattered throughout. But and then as far as softwood trees, a few pine, a few cedar, but mostly hardwood from what we could see. And we're just kind of looking down at the timber. If you look at the maps, the topo map for the property, you'll see it's kind of a special tract. So we're parked at the intersection of the easement roads near the northwest part of the property. But there's the potential for a really nice long private driveway. Basically, as we look easterly, you can kind of see what we're talking about. You can kind of see that line through the timber, which I guess at some point was a road or trail. It's not part of the easement road system, and we go into depth on that, I believe, with the intro video. But this property, more than just about any other tract out here, you could have a long private driveway and a nice large site on either level ground or pretty close to level ground. And you can look at the topo map to see that. There's a couple valleys in the property, which could be excellent places to explore and maybe look for caves or even a spring. So, I mean, yeah, gorgeous. The wildlife out here is phenomenal as far as white-tailed deer and wild turkey. Now we're looking right in the dead center going back. You can see that old trail, which could potentially be turned into a driveway. I'm sure you'd have to do some work to cut out the small trees that have grown up within it, but that's what we're trying to look at, I'm sure, with the drone right now, is that trail that could potentially be your private driveway on the property. Beautiful, beautiful. The area is just gorgeous. It's peaceful and private. Like all the tracks out here, you definitely need a four-wheel drive. The easement road system and the county road are basically minimum maintenance roads. So you need a four-wheel drive to get out here. But as far as a recreational property, you'd be hard pressed to find anything more private, anything much closer to a major river. The White River is just an extremely popular river, and one of the very few access points to this section of the White River is about a mile from the property. The river, when we've looked at it, when we've been out there, it's always been clear. You can look right down in it and see the fish. multiple different types of fish that you can fish for in the White River. We've seen people canoeing, people on kayaks. You can certainly swim if you wanted to. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous out here. The hunting, if you're a hunter, you probably already know that this is a well-known area for that. We mentioned the white-tailed deer and the turkey, but I mean, it's just fantastic. So complete instant owner financing. If you check out the website, we've got details on that. If you have any questions at all, just let us know. But that's Tract 30 at the Tracts at White River. We hope to hear from you. It's about a 10-acre property.